Hi, my name is Michelle Landay. The date today is May 22nd, 2019. This is my week 3 video, part 1 of my exercises. So this assignment was going over the microscope, how to use it, how to focus it in, and how to make a slide with the cheek and plaque smears. Pretty cool week. I'm glad we went over this because I had no idea how to use a microscope till the other day. We're going to go over a few parts of the microscope that are very important. This is going to be your ocular lens. This is a 15 times magnification here. That'll come into play a little later in the video. Right here is the arm. Right here is the turret. And this is where we have our other lenses. We have a 4 times, a 10 times, and a 40 times. And that's where this comes into play. You would take the 15 times, say, the 4, which is 60. So if we used a slide, the magnification of that slide, once we got it into focus, would be 60 times. And then you would do it all the way through with everything else. So those are those. And this is our coarse focus knob. It moves it up and down. This is pretty handy. This is the fine focus knob right below it. These are cool. I like these. These are the stage knobs. They move the slide without you having to touch it. Takes a little bit to get the hang of it, especially if it slides out. This is considered the stage here. I have my light, my illuminator. Down here, we have the base. A neat tool. Went over and did the E. I had my E slide, which is actually in my little box here that we needed for it. That took me a minute to focus. I could definitely see a few things under the scanning. It was pretty clear. Once I zoomed in a little more, you could see the outline of the E and its rigidness, and then a little bit more kind of really brought it out. I couldn't really see much of the E. I could just see a dark line. Once I used the immersion oil, that was kind of difficult. I had to watch a video on that, but I couldn't see anything. I think I need a little bit more practice with that. After the E, we got to use our slides here. And that was pretty interesting for me because I did it one time through all the way. And realized that, yeah, I could see what was on the slide. I just didn't, I could have zoomed in further. So I redid it again. And it's a night and day. It really is. Especially in the penicillin, I had it looked like a little rainbow. And then once I zoomed in, it really broke down and it looked like the examples that were in the assignment. After the assignment, I made my slides from my plaque and my cheek. That was pretty neat. Really liked making the slides and being able to use the 2 other exercises in advance to do that. So we'll just use the plaque one here as an example. And we will take my other one out. So the idea behind it is to line up the slide just right to where you can see what's going on. I'm going to move the microscope towards me and adjust my stage adjusters. And then I would go through and look and see until I could, that's on the 4 times. Still nothing. But right there we can see it. It takes a little bit to find it, especially if you're not right underneath it. The other thing we went over for this assignment was the field of view and measuring. So that was done by me taking a ruler that actually has centimeters on it, transferring that into millimeters, and then each millimeter is 1,000 micrometers. So that was kind of fun. I did that. That took me a minute to figure out. It's a good way to tell how big an organism is or a cell that you're trying to figure out the diameter of. And that comes into play when you do the different magnifications and what the field was on that. For example, I used my low power, which is 150 times the magnification. The magnifying was 2 millimeters across. So I multiplied that by 1,000 and it came to 2,000 micrometers, which is a lot. That's about it for my week 3 part 1 assignment of my microscope. And I will see you guys next week or later this week.